Okay, I can't see Belle. And Nash, can you come scoot in a little bit for me? Here we go. Thank you.
Welcome to our first Socratic discussion. First block, we're learning about freedom. So let's get into it. So which statement did everyone choose? Like the preamble or the declaration? Give input on that.
I chose the Declaration of Independence because I believe that it explains more in depth what our rights are and should be without the law depriving them from us. Also, it explains equality that we as Americans are entitled to.
Yeah, I agree with Kylie. I also chose the Declaration of Independence, and I thought that the Declaration of Independence led into Amendments 13 through 15 being added to the Constitution, which allowed for African Americans to have the right to vote, people who were born in the United States to have full citizenship, and things like that that really gave all men the right to vote, and then later led into women getting the right to vote.
I agree with that. I saw in the preamble that it doesn't even say the words equality. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I agree with the we hold these truths statement. It's pretty clear and concise, and it gets right to the point.
Did anyone choose the Constitution or the preamble to the Constitution over the Declaration of Independence?
I put the preamble. I said it sets up the Constitution, which I think is a pretty important document in American history. And it says, like, pretty much sums up why the Constitution is made and what it covers.
Nash, why did you choose the preamble?
Because it has my favorite right in there, right to bear arms.
We haven't heard from you yet, Devin.
I chose a preamble of the Constitution because of the First and Second Amendment.
And do you think that the First and Second Amendment are the most important amendments?
Yes.
Why is that?
Freedom of speech and right to bear arms.
And why do you find the right to bear arms so important? Is it because you like hunting and fishing?
Yes.
What did you guys think was the most powerful thing to you that we learned about?
I said equality because I feel like it's a big social issue today.
Yeah, I agree with Bill. I think that talking about equality and talking about freedoms and how the freedoms that our ancestors set up led into the equalities that everyone has today and the equalities that we still have the right to fight for helps a lot with present day and how everything is more progressive and how everyone is getting more rights rather than us discriminating against them in the world and in our country.
I also agree with you guys, but I said freedom. I said freedom because it's a privilege here in America. Like other countries don't have it. We just can't take it for granted.
I'd say the most powerful concept was actually deciding between the preamble and the Declaration because it made us judge our own government and which one was more important.
Yeah, I like that. I think that it helped a lot with us trying to figure out which one was more important, the preamble or the Declaration, and then it got us all talking about which amendments it led into, if it allowed for amendments to come, and it helped us look at how our country has a lot more rights than most countries did, and we especially started the role of democracies and giving individual people those rights. So I think it was cool to look at how our country is blessed and how we have the privileges that we do today and how some countries still don't have the freedom to speak and the freedom to write and stuff like that.
I also said freedom because in one of my examples is like the Bill of Rights. It talks about our basic laws and rights we have.
What did you put, Evan?
I also chose freedom.
Nash, what did you choose?
Freedom, because if we didn't have any freedoms, then we wouldn't be anywhere in this country. No one would be able to do what they want, wouldn't be able to choose their religion or anything. Wouldn't have gotten this far throughout history without freedoms.
Yeah, and I think that the freedom of religion is really important, especially since our founding fathers were from different religions as well. I mean, we were mostly some sort of Christian base, but still, there's a whole bunch of different denominations through that. And like today, even in our school, we have a lot of different denominations, and it's cool to be able to live in a place where that's something that we have the right to do, and it's something that everyone gets to choose for themselves, and it's not forced on anyone. And then you also get to see the different cultures and the different people and opinions that come from these different backgrounds and from these different viewpoints of the world and how it was created or whatever's going on out in the universe.
So what do you guys think freedom is defined as?
I'd say it's the ability to lead a life that follows your own beliefs and happiness.
I agree with Paige. Freedom is right to speak and act freely without being restricted by the government.
I also agree with Paige.
I think that the pursuit of happiness is important. Like we can all choose the different jobs or passions or hobbies that we want to like pursue in our lives, and it like just because our mom is a teacher or our dad is a carpenter, we don't have to go into those professions. Like in some countries or sometimes in history, what your parents did is what you had to do, or if there were caste systems where you were born poor, so you have to remain poor your entire life. We don't have those in America, so we have the privilege and the right to move up in social classes and not be stuck in one spot and not be stuck in one kind of job or area.
I will say that if we're free, it does not mean we're in like anarchic situation where it's free range for everything. We still have to respect the rights and lives of other people.
So like doing whatever you want without breaking the law or
Yeah,
impeding on
yes.
someone else's life or right. Yeah, happy.
I think that's a hard line to kind of follow in a country like as a small town or as just like a state. It's easier because it's a smaller population of like keeping everyone happy. We've all kind of grown up the same way. We all have the same ambitions or hobbies, things we like to do. So it's easy for us to kind of not impede on people's happiness. But when you think about even people just on the East or West Coast or people on the other side of the world, like what makes them happy is completely different than what makes us happy. Like their religions are different, their political views are different. So really trying to stay civil and keeping ourselves as a country and unified and being able to pursue our happiness while not interfering with anyone else's is really important and really hard to do, I think.
Okay, so far we've discussed what everyone's meaning of freedom is and the Declaration of Independence and the preamble. The amendments. Anything else to add? Kylie?
I just want to know what amendment is most important to all of you guys. So,
I'm gonna say the First Amendment because freedom of speech and religion is, it's just comparing our country to someone else's. It's very different.
I think either the First Amendment or the 14th Amendment, I believe, which gave every person who was born in the United States full citizenship. So people didn't have to. So if someone comes over and they're born in the United States but their parents aren't from here, then they have full citizenship and they have all the same rights that we do. And so like as little kids, they don't have to try to get visas or passports or anything, any sort of specific document or pass tests to become citizens. If they're born here, then they're one of us. So I think that's pretty cool.
I also agree that the First Amendment is the most important, mostly because of freedom of speech. You can choose to voice your own opinion. And then also because of freedom of religion. You don't have to believe in everything or something that someone else wants you to. You can pretty much choose your own path.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with the First Amendment as well, mainly for the fact that without it, we wouldn't be able to change our own government for the better and grow as a society.
I also agree. It states some of our freedoms.
Devin, what's your favorite amendment?
I think it's the Second Amendment because without the military, we wouldn't have the country we have now.
Nash?
I agree with Devin, the Second Amendment, because if we couldn't fight for our freedom, then we wouldn't have any freedoms. We'd be taken over.
So you think that the Second Amendment of the right to bear arms is okay?
Keep going. Keep your thought going.
Is more important than the freedom of speech. So do you think that we have the First Amendment because of the Second Amendment, and we can, because we fight for our rights and our freedoms, that's why we have them, and without the Second Amendment, we couldn't possibly have the First Amendment?
I think, yeah, they kind of work together because some things you can resolve by talking, but some things you can't.
All right, guys, you did such an awesome job. I am so proud of you. Outside Circle, what are some great things that they did?
They called on each other a lot, which is nice. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like when they got quiet, like, they'd ask, like, well, what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, did we have very much downtime?
Oh, it felt like we had a lot of that.
Okay, yeah, it feels,
There's like
Yeah.
one, I'll like picked it back up. So
yeah, there was only one time that I felt like you guys felt the lag. And is when you're feeling that, you feel awkward, but is that a bad thing? Is it a bad thing that we don't speak? No, what happens when we're quiet?
You're
thinking.
You're thinking, yes. That's the goal here. Sometimes we need to be quiet. We need to shut our mouths and be quiet and think and listen. But you guys just did so well on that. Good job. What are some other things that they did well?
Asked a lot of questions.
as I said,
Yep,
they asked
they posted-
questions and like towards the end, like Emma did a really good job like asking them like why they thought of that.
Yeah, and those questions did what?
They kept the conversation going.
Yeah, kept it going and building and building and building.
Yeah, so it's
What was that, Alex?
Hitchhiking also.
Yeah, hitchhiking, connecting those ideas, coming to a bigger, deeper understanding of the ideas that we've been studying. Yeah, great job. Could you hear on the outside circle? Could you hear them?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I thought everyone did a really nice job that way. What are some things outside circle that you will want to keep in mind that either you're like, yes, I'm going to do more of that, or, ooh, maybe I could do this better?
Instead of like having them ask other people, like if you could just like go right away. You
Okay.
don't have to be called upon to like, state your opinion.
Right,
Just jump
right.
in. Yeah.
Good. What else? What are some other things that you'll want to improve on? Inside circle, what are some things that you think, ooh, I wish we would have done this?
There were a few lags, I felt, and I think I think if we would have prepped more, or if we would have just prepped a few more questions, that would have helped.
You mean
we could-
added more
Yeah,
questions
and
to,
we could
okay,
have just immediately jumped down to the bottom page and been like, oh, this is a starter. And
uh-huh,
then it could have gone, I think it would have flowed better.
yeah,
And then instead of lagging and us having to think on the spot of questions to ask, we could just
right.
Got it.
However, and the one question spot that I gave you for that, you can always do more to prep for your own. However, what you did came as a result of the conversation. And yes, you can prepare in advance thinking of what might come, and that's great preparation. But I'm so proud of you for connecting, coming up with those new questions that came as a result of where the conversation went. Great job. Okay, very quickly and quietly switch places. The insight circle, make sure you understand if you are tracking evidence, discussion, or content. And come up this way and make sure we have everybody being visible.
Lucas, you wanna be the starter?
Oh.
No, I don't.
Okay, it looks like I need Callie to be in a little bit. If you
You just state evidence.
Oh, okay.
It's like every time somebody uses.
So yours is 22, so yours is pretty much what they're saying.
Alrighty.
Whereas mine is like,
As a reminder, you can use conversation points from the previous if you want to, if you get to that point where you want to connect back to that. But you certainly don't have to.
So do we have like this half the people then? Is that what we
Do everything. Do as much as you can.
Say it.
Ready?
All right, welcome to discussion 2 of English 3. So today we're gonna start off by talking about freedom. So what is the meaning of freedom?
To me, freedom is like the right to do whatever you want, but like without harming or hurting anyone else's freedoms or like their rights.
Yeah, right. There are restrictions to freedom. You can't just go out and do whatever you want, like vandalize.
Exactly.
Or there are.
I agree with Holly and Jenna. The meaning of freedom is you can act, speak, or think freely, but there are restrictions. You can't do whatever you want.
Yeah, I think the Bill of Rights is a really good example. Like it literally tells you what you can and can't do. Well, most of what you can do.
I agree with that, and I have some evidence from Totally Free, the story we read. Yeah. It gives good examples and quotes, so I'm going to read one. So they did not say everyone is free to do as he or she chooses. They said Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. Yeah, I really like that because I thought it explained a lot.
I also thought that the article Totally Free provided a lot of evidence on what freedom means and how we gain our freedom and what we can do with our freedom.
Christian, what are your thoughts?
I agreed with Lucas because of the accident.
Kevin?
I agreed with all three of you because you guys gave all great points about, because like you basically said my mind when it comes to the definition of freedom. Yeah, we have a bunch of rights, but we also have rights and we can't affect others' rights. So that's what's holding like the freedoms out there.
What do you guys think is like more compelling, the preamble to the Constitution or the "We hold these truths" sentence from the Declaration of Independence?
I believe the preamble to the Constitution is more compelling. I believe this because we the people are the three most important words of the preamble. Those three words establish an important part of the preamble.
I agree with Jenna because that is the one thing that stuck out a lot is those words to we the people. It like brought us all together. We're just 13 colonies just helped bring us back.
I agree, it helped unite us, and I said that the preamble to the Constitution was more compelling because of the three words, we the people. And it also kind of stated in there what the people of the United States wanted. And it introduced the Bill of Rights, what it included.
along with you, like the preamble, it's like the base of, it's based, like our government's base of what that was, like today.
Like it sets up our
Yeah,
form
it
of
sets up our
government,
form of government that we
therefore
have
helps
today.
the Bill of Rights statement.
Yeah.
Did anybody think that Beetlejuice statement was more compelling? Anybody have any opinions on why that one wasn't more compelling or?
I think if it would have been like 50 years ago, people would have put that one more, because that one talks a lot about equality.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't think that's as big of a problem today as it has been in the
I
past.
was gonna say, I feel like a lot of people in today's society, like, we all know we're equal.
Yeah.
Like, not everyone may see that way, but yeah.
Get to where we are today. So was there any concept that we read about in our freedom unit that really stuck out to you guys?
Yeah, I really like the United States Constitution and graphic adaptation. I liked it because it actually showed what was happening in the pictures, and there was many colorful images. The speech bubbles were very detailed as well.
I was gonna say, I agree with that. It was just very powerful, you know, all the photos were very.
I agree that one was, but I also liked the article Totally Free. It related to kind of us, like one of the quotes that said, if you ask a dozen high school students to define freedom, the odds are that 10 of them will answer, freedom means that I can do anything I want. And I guess that's what all of us are kind of saying, except it does have restrictions. So that one I felt related most.
I agree with that. I
towards
really
us.
like that article.
I agree with Fiona entirely because the graphic novel style made it more of an interesting read. It's really got the best, really.
Yeah, the pictures I think were really helpful, and it wasn't just such a long text. It was broken up into speech bubbles and just helped it flow better than reading a paragraph.
I agree. I chose, it was really,
I chose the Bill of Rights as the most powerful because we use those rights every day today. Like,
I wrote that
we
down
use them
too.
every day.
I agree with that because all the amendments are pretty powerful.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
with
not
this-
everybody like remembers them off the top of their head, but they know the main points of them.
Well, and like without the Bill of Rights, like we wouldn't have the government we have today.
We wouldn't have freedom.
Yeah, we wouldn't have anything.
And all the Bill of Rights. And there, the freedom is what I feel like unites all of them. Like you can't have
Freedom of speech, that's probably
Yeah.
the most important one.
in religion.
Christian was the most important amendment to you.
I think it's the first just because it's the freedom of speech and everything. If we wouldn't have freedom of speech, we wouldn't be able to do vote or anything like that in the state that we think was right or wrong about it.
What about you, Kevin?
Yeah, I agree with Christian. First bill was unbreakable basically because it gave us the right to talk and just express ourselves. Basically, like, give people a piece of their mind, you know.
Really, nobody else's opinion matters to us as long as we can state our own opinion.
I mean, yeah, there's
Yeah, without
limits
impeding
because
on
you
each other.
can't, you can't like go on slander someone. You know what I mean?
And I think a lot of people immigrate here because of the first opinion, religion, they can say what they want, equal opportunity.
Well, like going back to all the other countries, like they don't have the same rights as us. So I could see why. a
Like
bunch
in
of
America,
people,
we're pretty lucky
Yeah.
in contrast
Quality,
to other.
definitely. Like, there were a lot more problems back in the day than now.
I agree. We got a lot of that stuff worked out. I mean, yeah, we still have some problems with it, but a lot of it's worked out most of it.
Anybody have any opinions on any of the other amendments or why they are important but not the most important?
I think the right to bear arms is pretty important
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
society.
Well, 'cause, like without it, like we wouldn't have, like with the last discussion, they stated that like, without the right to bear arms, we wouldn't really have any of the other rights that we have. So I think Nash said that they all work together.
Yeah, every amendment leads to.
Yeah, they all work together.
I agree with the Second Amendment because it helps us keep ourselves safe and our families safe. and everything.
Is there anything in the text that really supported your answers, like gave you more evidence to why you think that's another important one? Just off of like basic background knowledge that you have.
Basic background knowledge must.
Yeah, I definitely think that those are probably some of the most important ones. I mean, obviously freedom of religion too, because everybody in this room doesn't have the same religion, doesn't believe the same thing.
Like we're not held by.
Mm-hmm.
Like we practice anything we want. There might be some judgment, but other than that, there's like no government question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not
I agree.
forced to believe, like, they don't make you believe something
Yeah,
in particular.
and they can't believe it, you know.
I think our government is pretty good and we don't have really any issues with our freedom and being able to express our own thoughts.
So it sounds like we all believe that like the preamble is more important. You all agree to that? More compelling? Yes. I agree with that.
Essays that we all know, I guess. We all read about that, so we had more evidence in those to support our reasons.
Sounds like to me we just all agree with each other. And we really don't have any conflicts on it.
Yeah, none of us have really disagreed throughout this conversation.
And I think that goes along with like we all chose the preamble as the more compelling.
And then we also all have the same thoughts on the Bill of Rights too. So since we have all agreed on that topic, maybe we can move to a different topic about.
What does freedom mean to you personally?
Freedom personally means that really nobody is going to judge me on what I say. They might have their own opinion, but I can
agree with that
say
too.
what I want.
Not be judged.
I agree with that. And living here in the United States, that allows us
The privilege.
the privilege to do a lot of stuff and not get judged on it.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard thing to describe really, because you want to say you can, like, in America you can do whatever you want or say what you want, but it only goes so far to where it's impeding on someone else's, like,
Yeah.
how it affects someone else and breaking the law and everything.
So yeah,
Guys, you did such a good job. I'm so proud of you. Fantastic. Outside circle, what did the inside circle do well?
We always kept talking.
Always kept going, connecting. Good. What else?
They were good at agreeing with each other and building on
Okay, not just agreeing, but building onto it. Right. Because if we all just agree, it doesn't do anything, right? We just all feel nice and warm and fuzzy. But they kept building on it too. Yeah. So that's the goal, is come to a deeper collective understanding where you're understanding each other's opinions as well. Good. What else?
and they also explain like why they agree. Like I heard Callie. It could be because we all chose preamble.
Right.
We had different reasons for why.
Yeah.
Right, and justifying them. We had more evidence from the texts come in, so that was good. Yeah, what else? Something Callie did, which was nice for a second round. What did she do?
You kind of used what they did in the first discussion.
Yeah.
Putting that into
Built
They
on-
referred back to the first.
Built onto the first conversation. Yeah, so that, again, that collective understanding went even deeper because we connected two different conversations into one understanding. Yeah, good. Outside circle, could you hear the inside circle well?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, good. Any other comments for strengths?
They also use like personal beliefs and stuff. Like, they use
Right, not just textual evidence, but
personal
personal experience as well. Yeah, very good. I am just thrilled with how you conducted yourselves today in this conversation, and that I know you'll be even stronger at next time, because that's always what happens. Your experience that you have in this first one, you just go with it, you grow, and you stretch yourself in lots of different ways. So fantastic job. All right, so I've ended that. What I'd like you each to do